That's what they said.
These people on IMDb, they're reviewing Star Wars. I said, you can't review Star Wars like that.
Nobody should.
Stop reviewing Star Wars. Stop doing this. Can you just please?
Acolyte's the greatest show that's ever been written.
I can't. I can't do it. Now we're complete. You ready?
Are you ready, Mopar?
Yeah, Roger.
Okay, kids, let's go.
There's been an awakening.
That's foul.
That was
Felt it.
Hello, what have we here?
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Watch that last night.
Holy
That's all.
shit. It ain't C3 penis face?
Wait.
Classic.
You dickhead.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Looking. Found someone you have, I would say.
I want a fucking cruller. That's what I want.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy Rogue Squadron podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Mopar.
I'm Commander Cody in the house. The show's over. Not our show. Acolyte's
It's over.
The fucking season 1 is over. The Acolyte's done, dude. Finale. We're 6 days late, but whatever. It happened.
The mysterious stranger has won.
I see what you did.
Bendak Starkiller is no more.
Bendak Starkiller.
What?
Dude, before we jump in to all that shenaniganeries, I got that mixed bag game thing.
Oh, the Star Wars compilation, whatever.
Yeah.
For the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
I remember you showed us.
I showed someone.
It's like 9 games in one.
Yeah. So Jedi Academy, Outcast, Force Unleashed, KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, Pod Racer Republic Commando.
Wow.
All in one for the Switch.
Wow.
Hello there.
That's fantastic.
You know,
I'm happy for you.
I already have KOTOR for Switch, but every other game I don't have for Switch. So it's nice.
That's perfect.
Also, I've been itching for some Outcast.
Back when, before the dark times.
Before the dark times. Kyle. That's the badass in that one. Kyle.
Okay. Regardless of how beloved fucking Shadows of the Empire and all that stuff is, I still have just never been on board with Kyle Katarn.
I think in my elder age, I am happier with him. But yeah.
I mean, I guess it's been a while since I've absorbed the full story. I'm just kind of...
The lore around him is cooler than the actual character. Because he gives up the fucking Force. He goes to like the center of the fucking Force universe and just like, I don't want this anymore. And then he becomes a Jedi again to help defend the fucking all of it.
I think it's mostly the those intercut fucking video QuickTime event things from
Jedi Knight.
The first Jedi Knight?
It's the second one.
The second one. Yeah, just seeing. I mean, it's cool that they did that in like
Dark
what,
Forces.
94.
Yeah, Dark
But-
Forces Jedi.
Not really. I don't know.
No, it's bad acting. The gameplay is borderline bad. It's not even that interesting of a game, but that was my introduction. And for how 90s like storybook written that game is, that was really the thing that blew the door open for me. It was because it was before we had episode 1. So we played stuff like that.
True. Sorry, one second. The volume on my phone is on. I was wondering what the fuck that was coming from. I was a naive little bastard with in terms of Star Wars because I didn't even know that there were Star Wars video games until I met you fucking savages. And I walked into our buddy's house and you guys were playing Dark Forces 2. And I'm like, what is this, man? Because even though I had Super Nintendo, I never played like Super Star Wars.
Yeah, those games
or any of
weren't.
those old ones.
You wouldn't even realize it. They're just regular games, just with Star Wars skins per se. They're all very similar. I think the N64, like Rogue Squadron. I think DNR had Rogue Squadron. That was definitely a fun, interesting game.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one with the PC game, so I had like Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2.
I remember after I witnessed this with you guys, I asked for a Star Wars video game for PC for my birthday or for Christmas or something, and I got one, and it was X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
But I can never play it. We cannot figure out how to like get it installed.
Really?
And get it to work with the joystick. So I had this, which I think a lot of people love, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. I was never able to actually fucking play it.
That was the other one I had. I had X-Wing. So they had a TIE Fighter game, an X-Wing game, and then the one you got. I don't know the difference. I just had the TIE Fighter one, and that was my introduction to like the.
Obviously, it has both of them.
That was the one that introduced me to like the TIE Defender, which is a fucking triangle of death.
TIE Defender is awesome.
They're fucking yeah.
That's one
some,
of my favorites.
There's
in
some
X-Wing.
crazy ones in that game.
X-Wing miniatures. Yeah, the TIE Defender's badass, dude. Just 3 interceptor wings, fucking
Yeah.
flipped inside out and melted
Oh my
together.
god.
So cool. Let's look at a picture of the TIE Defender, everyone, just so we can, get a little juiced real quick before we talk about
Yeah,
Acolyte.
dude.
It's so fucking sweet.
It's like the equal opposite of the B-wing. I love the B-wing. It's so unique looking, and that thing looks terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Which way is up?
Oh, there's a Star Wars. There's a Lego set of the Defender. I need that shit, dude.
Nice. Even the side view. Look at the fucking side view of it. Looks fucking sick next to the. Yeah, look at that shit.
Yeah, dude. I'm on the verge of like losing my mortgage because every time I go to Target, there's more Legos, and they've been crushing those. I can't remember what the name of the series is, but like all those helmets and busts.
Yeah.
It's like a collector's version or something like that. I can't remember what the series is called, but there's more and more of those every time I go, and they're fucking nice, dude. They look like a museum piece or something.
Yeah.
I saw they had the invisible hand last time I was there. There's obviously all the clone and stormtrooper helmets.
Fantasy Flight Games right there. That picture. The one that looks like a background. Down, that one. Down, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude, what is that even shooting? I didn't know it comes out the fucking middle.
I think it's blasting. I think it's a exhaust.
Oh.
It's flying quickly.
Oh, I see it.
It's facing the other direction,
turned
Papa.
around.
It's turned quite about.
Yeah, that was. What I'll say about the '90s Star Wars before Episode 1, it was kind of tech heavy. A lot of blasters and dude, like there was a fucking rocket launcher in Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. So like
they didn't know what they were doing. They
didn't.
They just took like assets from Doom and Quake and put Star Wars stuff over top of it.
Yep. Yeah. There was some interesting stuff. I mean, but you just play it as a kid. You're like, I don't fucking whatever.
You don't know any better and you don't give a fuck.
You go up against the fucking Twi'lek that's got like 12 tongues licking the air, laughing at you. Dark Forces 2 is the.
I know, but I just wanted to reminisce about how bad Dark Forces is as well.
Yeah,
that one. Isn't Kyle Katarn in that one too?
No.
No,
he's only in the second one.
Oh, okay.
That one's oh, come on.
Dash Rendar.
Dash Rendar. Thank you.
Got it.
I actually don't mind Dash Rendar for how bad that game is. Whatever. That was another one that they're just like, yeah, they reskinned and then they just threw like a reason for you to fight Boba Fett and a reason for you to fight like random things that everybody knew. AT-ATs, AT-STs, all this shit.
Yeah, I can't believe they did a remaster and charging $30 for it.
Do they have the second one? Do they have Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2?
No.
How
How much was this compilation of Switch goodness that you got?
I think it was $30
For 9 games?
Yeah.
For 9 like better games than this?
Yeah.
I cannot believe that the Dark Forces remaster was $30. I wasn't going to buy it anyways because I didn't really like the game, but I was expecting like $10. I think I bought Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on the Switch when it came out like 4 years ago for $10.
Yeah. Come on.
What?
It's an easy win.
Fuck are they?
Ooba Gooba and a green tea.
And after the fiasco of Battlefront Classic, I ain't doing any fucking goddamn thing.
trying.
When's the Outlaws coming out? Talking about game sessions?
Oh, yeah. I did see a little more gameplay. I think we mentioned it a couple episodes ago. It looked fine.
I shouldn't be fucking talking about games because I haven't even touched Elden Ring
August.
DLC.
End of August.
Star Wars Outlaws by Ubisoft, August 30th, 2024. So yeah, it's coming up, man.
First ever open world Star Wars game. But what I'm not seeing is RPG.
What?
Because because it's not. It's Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed is not an RPG. It's action adventure with like some level up stuff.
I mean, that I'm not gonna lie. That's what Fallen Order was, and Jedi Survivor.
Yeah,
They're the same.
It was like built off of like Dark Souls, Elden Ring style, which is also not like a full blown RPG.
It kind of is though. Dark Souls or Elden Ring is.
It's more so than Fallen Order.
Oh yeah, your character 100% is based on the points that you put everywhere. 100%. Every attack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. And in Fallen Order, there's like a tree of abilities that you unlock.
Yeah, and the abilities you never use them.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, I'm a dumbass.
So this game looks fine. I'll probably end up buying it, hopefully at like half price, maybe a couple months in.
It's gonna be a while before it's half price.
I don't know. Black Friday comes around quick.
Either it's gonna get really bad reviews and then it'll drop in price, but then you won't want to play it.
Or it's going to be great.
Or it's going to be great and it will never go below $70 for a long time. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see more about this. But I've been so behind. I haven't even played the Elden Ring DLC. There's a new character on Overwatch.
No, but the other thing we were comparing was this to Starfield, and we were talking about the jump to light speed and how like getting out of atmosphere, going to another planet was so smooth compared to that.
That transition was fucking awesome. Yes.
That makes me excited because that's you're building Star Wars inside of this universe, which sounds dumb, but to the ability just to get in your ship and go is so cool, and no one's ever done that correctly. And I know Starfield took a big swing, and I don't want to say they fucking missed, but it was definitely like a foul tip. They're like,
they missed.
You did it, but.
And even in this, I don't think you can like get into space and just fly around. I think it's like, all right, I'm gonna go to this planet, and then it does the whole sequence of like leaving atmosphere, hyper jump, whatever.
Oh no, they showed active space battles.
Well, above the planet, but it's not like you can just fly around the entire galaxy and go to any planet you want.
No, I'm sure it's yeah.
That's kind of what I meant.
Gotta get the coordinates.
Which, if it's open world, they should.
Maybe.
It's not really open world if you can't go to all the worlds that are open.
Oh, I didn't even read this. Set between the events of Empire and Return. All right.
Shocking. Fucking Galactic Empire era.
I mean, we just got Acolyte.
Yeah, the one thing.
The one.
Which, regardless of what anyone has ever said about Acolyte, the fact that we have a prequel era of storytelling is fucking worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Shall we divulge?
With Acolyte, this is the first time. Okay, let's backtrack. This is the first time, even outside of all of the series. Everybody knows we're fans of like Andor, whatever. Obi-Wan series, Acolyte, all this shit. Acolyte was the first one that after finishing it, I was like such in a Star Wars mood that I went back and I like just put on episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck, I haven't watched like episode 7 for a minute. And I just sat and enjoyed it.
Right.
I haven't had that in a long time. Like after I finished Ahsoka, I was like, yeah, it was fun. It was good. Move along. Like, I wasn't like inspired to be like, fuck, like, what else is out there? How do you feel?
Well, with regards to Ahsoka specifically, it was a little weird because all my hype was on Thrawn and Balin.
Yeah.
And the actor for Balin perished.
Yep, and Thrawn
So
sucks.
that kind of like...
What?
That kind of like turned me off a little bit. And then Thrawn, I don't really want to go back and watch Rebels. I want to see what's about to happen without having to wait 3 or 4 years. So that one kind of fizzled, not because I didn't like Ahsoka, but because I wasn't really... I don't know.
Well, the theories and the lore that we touched upon, dude, we wrote the fucking last episode.
Yes. Once a fucking again, we predict everything that's going to happen in the show.
The stretching of the Force and what it means and how it applies and all this, what is it? The Virgin stuff. I was like, that's what really inspired me. I was like, maybe I'll watch episode 7 to see like how did this show change like my view of Rey or Kylo or whatever it may be. Because I don't want to say it changed it, but certain point of view, man. It's fun to go back.
Episode 1 might be the main one that you kind of look on with a different point of view.
Once we get closer, yeah, that makes. And I'm assuming there's going to be an Acolyte.
There better be a season 2, man. So yeah, so we're gonna jump around as we always do, but going right to the fucking end. I liked how everything wrapped up. I liked the end scene and everything with Osha and the stranger just kind of like looking at the sunset, about to fucking dive into training. I don't love if that is all we get and Acolyte season 2 never happens, and it ends like that. That would kind of sour things for me.
Absolutely. I think it would sour things for everybody.
I don't know. Some people are being like, it works as a standalone, but a season 2 would be kind of nice.
They can't just stop. If they're not planning a season 2, novels. If they're not doing novels, fucking games. Like, you have to do something beyond.
I'm sure some High Republic stuff would probably tie into that, but
I know it already did because the Green Jedi, she was in some of the High Republic novels.
She's like a big Yoda. She lasts 1,000 years.
Is she? What species is she?
Bad actor species.
Oh, jeez. Well,
no.
you already said his name.
Who?
Is the last thing we saw was the back of Yoda's head.
Yeah, which was fine.
I honestly, I didn't think it. Did it add nothing? No. It was like just a sprinkle. Like they just went, eh. Like they could have went without it, and I would have been 100% fine.
I agree.
With them putting it in there, I'm like, okay, I guess. If they're not going forward, does it fucking matter? No. Is she lying to him, or is she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude.
I know she created that fake story. First of all, let's get into this.
First of all, we're on the third.
First of all, second of all,
third of all, eighth of all. What are we doing?
Before we get into eighth of before. Yeah, I mean, she threw homeboy under the fucking bus.
Yeah, dude, that was rough, man. But that was one of my favorite parts of the fucking show, and that's something that Star Wars almost never does, rarely, if ever.
It's fuck. It's like, I get it.
What?
Like, you can't have this story get out. You can't. As the Jedi, you can't.
Right.
They would crumble today.
Yeah.
If all like shit happened. So I get it. Bury it. Move some details around.
Yeah.
May has no fucking clue who she is. Fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Sweep it under the rug. Soul went mad. Okay. No one's not gonna sign off on that.
He's a bad apple.
Which sucks.
I think it's perfect.
It is. It's perfect because it sucks. It
exactly.
sucks for
It is
Soul.
supposed to be tragic. Like,
yeah.
This wasn't gonna have a happy ending.
Yeah.
It has like a moderate, content ending for Osha, but that's it. May's back to square fucking one.
May has no idea.
Her memory's fucking wiped. That's crazy. I can't believe she accepted that.
May is Palpatine.
Fucking.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, there are some interesting things in this. The fact that Vernestra buried everything and blamed it all on Soul, who's dead, is savage. And the only way that I can accept Yoda being in this era and still being like the master of everything and being fucking blind when we get to episode 1 is the fact that he doesn't know any of this. Like, she buries it all and doesn't even tell the High Council whatsoever. Like, she gives Yoda the same story that she gave to the senators. Soul was bad. All this fucking shit happened. He died. Bummer. But now we're all good and move on. But I also feel like Yoda is too insightful to not
know better.
He knows. He's got to know. If he has any conversation with Soul ever, he has a sense of like his inner being.
You could almost say his arrogance blinds him.
Oh.
Your arrogance blinds you. Bitch, you look like a prune. Like, let's do this. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, Yoda. He's in that middle ground. Like, he wasn't a part of this. He didn't okay any of it. Shit went down. Shit happened. Do we want the Jedi Order to fail today or attempt a cover-up and
Yeah, you're
possibly
delaying the inevitable.
It's not even delaying. Like, it could be just lost forever and no one knows about it, and that it could be perfect.
No, in their mind, they think they're covering it up. But obviously we know what happens 80 years down the road. So they are delaying the inevitable. This shit is bound to happen. Like we were kind of talking about last week, like
They keep doing the shit, yeah.
some characters are fated for something, and if the plot that we saw in the movie didn't happen, something else would happen to push them into that situation or whatever. So the Jedi are going to collapse. It's just a matter of when, right? So Vanessa thinks she's doing the right thing, like long game for the Jedi Order, but obviously it's all going to come back out at some point.
Holy shit. Poor Soul.
I know. Well, it's good, man. It's
But Soul was still standing there like, I need to steal this child.
I can't believe he didn't fucking like he didn't back down at all.
Yeah.
Why is my shit out of fucking focus right now? Hey, you're supposed to be autofocusing on my fucking face and shit. What is happening?
Whoa! Extreme close-up.
God damn it. All right, keep talking about some.
All right. Fucking Plagueis was in it too. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I don't know. You guys that are in the chat, what did you think? Was there any reason for for Yoda? Yoda sensed Anakin have a meltdown over his mother's death, but couldn't feel Soul. Yeah. I think it's
It's got to be like, it's not specific shit. Like Yoda's probably sensed that something's going wrong with Anakin. We don't know exactly what it is.
yeah, clouded.
But Anakin was the apprentice of like one of the strongest Jedi. So he's like mixed up with the council more often. Like it feels a lot more corporate in the Acolyte, like in the High Republic era. There's no way that Yoda can keep tabs on like 5,000 Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, just give me the bullet points, bitch. Like how many died?
Exactly. He needs a memo, like just the summary. Top level, please.
Yeah.
It's very corporate, which is perfect.
Fucking Soul, man.
Tragic.
The lightsaber battles, top notch. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys. Fuck those people that are specifically in our chat right
Talking
now.
to you right now.
Fuck.
Don't even start with me.
That's top notch. I've never seen outside of episode 3. You got your high points. Maul is great. This is, I would argue, better. The Soul Stranger lightsaber battles were some of the most unique, fun. Like
Yeah.
the lightsaber throws, and then like when they were coming back around, and Soul did this like fucking twist push everywhere, and
Yep.
I'm like, dude,
Force fucking shockwaves.
yes,
Yeah.
more, fucking do it.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's I always jump the gun when I'm excited about something new and say, "Oh, this is the fucking my favorite ever." But it's really like
It's fucking cool.
Between-
they made lightsaber battles cool again. It's
between
not.
episode 5 and 8, this might be at the top of my list.
I don't think it's even close. And I know recency bias is a thing, but still,
The
fuck
best
you guys.
lightsabers, we have the best lightsaber battles.
I really mean that. They made lightsaber battles cool again. They weren't trying to do old lightsaber battles. They weren't trying to do,
Yeah.
something similar or poetic. They're like, no, fucking grab your blade and let's attack each other.
I mean, it's martial arts from the ground up.
Oh, yeah.
It's very like I've only peripherally seen some Bruce Lee shit from the 70s, but it's like a Bruce Lee.
Well, they had sprinkles in
It's like
what?
this is the important part.
Yeah.
And everything else kind of, not that they shoehorn the plot around the fighting, but like the other production and acting and stuff is kind of like secondary to the fights. And I was iffy. Like first episode, the hand-to-hand stuff, I was a little iffy. Like this
Yeah.
kind of looks stiff. This kind of looks a little weird. But as the show goes on, it got better and better. And in episode 5 and 8, when Soul and the Stranger are kind of like intermixing both.
Dude.
That's when it really came together. Between lightsaber battles, they get disarmed and they fucking fist fight for a while.
I think that's
awesome.
I think that's the difference that this show did with their lightsaber battles. They were violent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
a lot of
weirdest
it is
thing.
like just deflecting, really fancy shit until the very end, and then someone gets killed.
You get a hand cut off, and then they
Right.
surrender, or they somehow get away, or like.
But there's
it's
like
such a-
there's usually no damage until that happens.
right. The damage is the end. Yeah.
Well-
we're like Qui-Gon gets stabbed. Okay, that's the end of that one. Now Obi-Wan comes flying in.
Right. There's
And
no
then-
injury until
Dude, he was murdering multiple Jedi, and Sol was the only one that could fucking do anything.
and
Also,
barely.
in the last episode, I like the poetic back and forth between the May-Osha hand fight stuff and the Stranger Soul lightsaber battle, because it was cool that it like they blocked with forearms and then it switched over and it was lightsabers, and I'm like,
Yes.
dude, it's so
that cut was fucking sweet.
it's small shit like that, man. It's fucking fun.
yeah, man, that's cut. It's a great cut,
I like the editing.
It was good, and so Matt said rank your top 3 lightsaber battles. It's gonna be tough.
Of all time,
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. Pure lightsaber battles.
Pure genius.
Fuck.
You don't. I'm not in any order.
Yeah, I mean, top 3. I'm gonna throw Maul, episode 1, against Qui-Gon and Obi,
It was a classic.
with a highlight of the after Qui-Gon gets stabbed, dude. They fucking fly in and you're.
That is a classic. Yep.
I'm gonna go Soul and the Stranger.
Yeah.
And if I had to pick a third, this might be weird.
Oh, I forgot about animation. Oh shit. Ooh.
Well, if you're including animation, I'm going fucking
Vader against everyone.
No, Sidious. Sidious against Savage and Maul is fucking wicked.
Yeah.
He's dragging when he drags his lightsabers across the ground to attack from the bottom. Like it's just like open air, but he's coming like from angles that you're like, that's not. Wait, you can do that? Oh my god.
Can you?
Yeah, that's probably it.
I'm gonna say the Stranger from episode 5, where he's slaughtering everybody.
Yeah.
The one at the end was great, but episode 5 was peak for me. At least until I rewatch everything. I really like Kylo Ren and Rey in Rise of Skywalker when they're on that fucking ship in the middle of the ocean, fucking superpower Avengers, Captain America shit with each other. That's cool. And then, yeah, it's hard not to say that Phantom Menace.
You lost me on that one. That one's bad.
What?
That was really bad.
How dare you?
Lightsaber battles.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh.
Screw you.
Go ahead. It's your list. You can fuck it up as much as
Fuck
you want.
your list,
I'm
dude.
just
Fuck you. Ain't no animation on my list.
ain't no
motherfucker.
motherfucking cartoons.
It's hard not to say Phantom Menace, man. That's been like, with the music and everything, that's been one of like the highlight moments of Star Wars of all time since it came out. So yeah, it's hard not to include that one. I'll include that one.
You know, one that's downplayed, I think, just because it's too short, is the Dooku at the beginning of Episode 3.
Ooh.
The Dooku Obi-Wan and Dooku Anakin.
Yeah.
Dude, it's quick, but fuck, there's some cool shit in there.
How did I forget about one of my favorite homies, dude? I might ditch Episode 9 and do Dooku and everybody at the end of Attack of the Clones.
At the end.
Of Attack of the Clones.
So when he fights Yoda and...
yeah. Fucking, yeah.
I don't like that one because half of that
I don't
battle...
care if you don't like my list.
Half of that battle is just face screenshots, and you just see red, blue.
I love that.
Red. It's not even, but you're not watching a battle. You're watching people's faces.
That's just like 10 seconds of it.
No, it's a long time.
I like that. It's cool. Also, Christopher Lee was 90, so what are you gonna do?
I hear you.
He ain't acrobatic and shit.
I need him to jump.
Did you share this or somebody in our group chat about some deleted scenes from the prequels where it was Hayden and Dooku's stunt double doing some fucking crazy duels that they never ended up including? Maybe it was like an extended version of the fight at the beginning.
I think it was the choreographer practicing that for that bat, and there was like an extended version of it. Yeah, I've seen the video. I wasn't the one that shared it, but yeah, it was wicked. and they picked kind of the highlights of it. But man, when they were practicing, I was like, "Fuck, put all this in there, man."
So the reason that Acolyte feels so good, and I'm partly guessing here, I don't know 100% of this is accurate. In all the other Star Wars stuff, I feel like there's martial arts experts and choreographers training the actors to do the fight. Where in Acolyte, it felt like they picked, like, these are martial arts experts.
Yeah, no, that's who they were.
Like, that's who's fucking around right now. They're not training somebody, and they're not just stunt doubles. Like, this is all they do, is like weaponry and fucking sword fighting. And it was next level, dude. It's fluid. It's like, I don't know. They look like fucking experts. Like, it makes the Jedi, it makes Soul look like he's mastered his craft of lightsaber fighting.
And even when you thought he was like down and out, when the fucker threw the lightsabers, 2 of them, and then was gonna attack from the front, and Saul just said, "Look, fucking down, be attacked, fuck everything." None of this matters. And I'm like, dude,
Cheat code!
there's always a cheat. There's always a way
cheat
out.
Code if you got the Force.
Like it's
Symbiotes.
yes.
OSHA choked him to death.
Yeah, so that was the nice long-term, drawn-out, you gotta kill a Jedi without using a weapon. The seeds were planted much earlier, and we didn't really know where they were going with it.
Poetry, so if they rhyme.
And it's like it's like someone wrote something out, and then they stuck to the script. Yeah, I thought it was like a obvious touch.
I expected OSHA to kill him. I didn't expect her to choke him.
It was interesting. So like there was like physical aspects of her going to the dark side and visual aspects. So her, instead of cutting, choking, that's obviously jarring. And then we visually saw the lightsaber bleed.
Yes.
And I'm like, whoa.
The crystal, that was very nice.
Whoa. And I think we spoke about this, but we were kind of on the fence with that whole idea. But watching that visually, I was like, fuck. Yep, I'm on board with that.
I was
That's fucking
skeptical
cool.
first time I heard it, but I was like, dude. I didn't even realize it was happening at first. I saw the zoom in. I actually thought she was like
Gonna crush
gripping it so hard she was gonna crush it. And then I like realized they were bleeding the crystal. I was like, damn, that's nice.
I was still, at that point, I was still screaming, they fucking did it. They did it. They did it.
They did it.
They fucking
Main
did
character dark side ending. They did
it.
it.
No, Plagueis. I was still
Plagueis.
screaming. I was still screaming at the end of the
we gotta
fucking.
go back to Plagueis.
I was just like, they fucking did it. They put the fucker on screen.
I'll save Plagueis for a second.
Okay. They fucking did it though. I was like,
they did do that.
0% chance.
He was there.
That's how I would have put all my money. They're not. Disney's been fucking it up for 15 fucking years or however long, and they just couldn't get there. They've had over 10 years to do anything even close to that.
They put Thrawn on screen. A lot of people would say it's not as momentous, but it's pretty close.
It's fun.
They brought
it's
Thrawn to live action.
Almost there.
Yeah.
But it's Disney, so they're not gonna
all the way.
You're not gonna do what you actually want.
I mean, he is pretty savage, and he did win.
Look, the places I never thought they would go: Bane, Revan, Plagueis. I thought 0% chance.
I thought anything before Phantom Menace they wouldn't go.
Valid.
So just the setting of Acolyte is a win, but yes, Plagueis is a bonus.
I just thought their trajectory, and we'll get into the actual scene, but the trajectory of what Disney has had, 7, 8, 9, and then everything kind of intermingled with obviously like the rebellion and all that stuff, and then they're just like rehashing shit that they've already done. Ahsoka, we'll do the Ahsoka series. Obi-Wan, we want to see Obi-Wan again because he's not the #1 fucking Jedi of all time besides Anakin, so we'll just throw him in there again. Like, I guess.
Him and Anakin.
I didn't think they were going to pull. I didn't think because we saw Thrawn in Rebels.
Correct.
They did pull him out of nowhere.
But you got to remember there was I don't know exactly how to say this. Some sort of hesitation in live action to do like the unexpected.
Why?
And they've been because it's a fucking kids movie at first, and they've been gradually pushing the envelope. Over time. The Vader scene in the hallway at the end of Rogue One is one of those moments where it's like, Didn't think they would do that. And now the bar has been raised, and then the next time they have to outdo themselves. Mando murdering fucking everybody. Didn't think they were going to do that kind of brutality with the Mandalorians in season 1 specifically. Then it gets fucking softcore.
What?
The Thrawn.
Thrawn's a big swing, but like I said,
Some stuff in Andor
the Cad Bane stuff, pulling him out
Cad
of
Bane
anime.
was good.
Ahsoka.
All of Ahsoka.
All
Never
of
thought they
Ahsoka.
would do any of that. And then now, yeah, Plagueis and Darkseid Ending and Acolyte.
But Plagueis didn't exist outside of a fucking story in episode 3. Plagueis didn't exist. That's
well,
why
he was
I
in
thought
Legends. They're just pulling stuff from Legends.
I know,
is what
but
I mean.
everything you just explained already existed. I thought in my head that was the 0%
Barely.
chance. They're not going to do it because he doesn't exist already. They will not put him in live action, and they did. That's why I was like, something disconnected in my brain. I was like, they fucking did it.
fucking turned off. Dude.
I can't believe they did it.
Control Delete.
In a series that was destined to fucking die hard. I got real intense right there.
Hard.
But I'm saying, like, the first 4, we were all there. It sucked. And then all of a sudden,
Not everyone agrees with you.
that's fine. That's fine. They don't have to. But fuck, 5 through 8, all of a sudden shit happened, and you're like, what? They fucking did it.
They actually did it. Yeah, this is a weird one for me because they stuck the landing for sure. Whatever they were building to, whether it was portrayed correctly in the show or whether I had to just kind of infer that as we went along, all paid off in the last episode. It tied everything together. The problem is, like, a lot of things didn't have a huge emotional tie along the way, which bugs me. Like, Osha going to the dark side at the end is awesome, but I didn't feel a lot of conflict, hesitation, evil things coming up until that final episode.
No, you're right.
And then it all switches. Like, there's almost no scenes of her, like, just small things of her losing her temper.
Yeah.
Like, she's getting frustrated at the fucking prisoners on the ship, and then she accidentally, like, kills one of them or knocks him out or something. Or getting pissed at the Jedi, and she, like, I don't know, uses the Force to fucking open the prison doors. Small stuff like that to just kind of, this girl's not stable and something's going to happen. I didn't feel that at all. And then May was unstable, and then all of a sudden, with the rope trap, changes her entire mind in 5 seconds. That was rough. But again, by the time we get to the finale, I'm like, okay, May and Osha, storyline complete. It ended where I thought it ended, and not in a bad way that I predicted it, but like, that's how it should have ended for those characters. Do you know what I said about anything? You just got now I have to love the finale and go back and I have to like mentally insert the plot into some of the previous episodes now that I've seen the finale to like make it all cohesive. If that makes any sense.
Look, a second watch through is not always bad because then you get to, like, especially for stuff like Game of Thrones, because there's like seeds planted where you, the first watch through, you may not even understand what's going. Like, you watch an entire episode and you're like, who
The fucking names, the houses.
Who the fuck was that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
None of that existed in this. We will not have any issues going back and rewatching 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do a dick to do. You were preaching. I was ready to fucking explode, but you walked through it.
I was preaching.
Look,
dude.
you're right.
All hail.
They didn't plant any seeds or any questions with any of these characters outside of Soul going like he sighed like once an episode.
I'll tell you later.
Oh man, we fucked up. What happened? Fucking episode 7. Let's wait till then, and then I'll fucking tell you. But no, you're right, and it was you're onto something, because that's why this isn't like a perfect series. We got the lore, the ending, the action, the fucking character drops without any of the story building behind it.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about May, Osha. I gave a little bit fuck about Soul, but like we knew he had to die. The Stranger was the cool fucking shiny thing on screen. You're like, oh fuck, look at him flipping and doing shit that we want to see. But even now, do I actually give a fuck about that character? Not really. He's a cool in between.
I love The Stranger. Yeah.
He's one of the coolest.
It's my favorite out of this show. Obviously.
Oh yeah, easily. But like, where does he come from? Why did he fall to the dark side? Why is he so angry? Does he know Plagueis? He seemed pretty fucking cool, calm, collected to be a murderer, but he is, but we don't really know. Like there's such emotional detachment for all of these characters that,
Yes.
like you said, when we walked through, you had a perfect opportunity to set everything up for this ending that they fucking killed,
Exactly.
but they just didn't. They dicked around and killed him
Or
off.
did it wrong. They thought,
They were so focused on. They spent a lot of time setting up the Jedi and where the Jedi are right now, which
but didn't include that fucking senator that shows up in the last episode that's talking shit. Where was the rest of the Republic, like getting on your ass about things the whole time? Be like, man, Republic's not gonna like this. Senator's gonna be up our ass about this investigation. Fucking put them on screen. Where are they? Do it.
You know what would have been cool to add tension to the at-home Jedi. Sorry, the Jedi on Coruscant. Introduce that guy and say, my spies say some shit went down on this world. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, he's poking around the high temple.
Because they all have their fucking.
Yeah.
So just say
everywhere.
something. I heard
He's
through
trying
the
to
fucking
do check-ins and
through
she
the
has
fucking
to deflect.
I heard some shit through the dark net that there was Jedi involved in a murder out in like what you. What? I'm just saying, like they could play it so easily. Like once this goes public, if it goes public, you better have a fucking answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Let me handle it. Let's keep it in the Jedi business until shit lands. Okay, but that adds that would make me like the green Jedi Master.
I was just gonna say, make Vernestra feel anxious, like she's got someone on her tail, being spied on, maybe like an Andor, someone's following you.
Let me tell you this.
Or the senator just keeps showing up at the Jedi Council, be like, we're supposed to start our investigation. We need your cooperation. And then she's like, keeps deflecting and trying to push it back and fix
Let me
stuff
dig
and
a really deep hole.
let's do it
very
dude.
fucking
Let's talk
quickly.
about those holes, man.
Let me dig a very deep hole very quickly that could have been a crazy launching point. This senator is in cahoots with the Jedi and allows them access to certain backwater worlds that are controlled internally that they can fucking farm Force-sensitive children from.
Farm the children.
I'm just saying, hey, I'll let you know if I hear anything in this sector. I'll give you the lead. Go get those children. And you have to protect my back on all this other shit. Make the Jedi. I mean, it's got to be like a partnership.
Just like the mafia paying off the cops.
Exactly. That's
And
my
all the
fucking point.
And I know. And I'm just
And we're digging this hole.
re-articulating it to you.
We're digging this hole that it's like, look, on the surface, in like we're watching Star Wars, we know that the special children get picked up by Jedi. We know. We knew after episode 1.
Yeah.
Tatooine. Hey, you can fucking lift a rock. Fucking come with me. We know that happens and it's not right, but to make it political and have consequences if any of this got out, it stresses every from top to bottom, from Yoda to Soul to every aspect.
I just watched American Gangster recently for the 1,000th time, and that's like a perfect execution of a very slow burn, where like the cop and Denzel don't even meet each other.
Yeah.
Until the fucking end of the movie. But you have these two storylines that are kind of going back and forth, and it's just gradual, and then things start slipping here, and it's a huge crescendo at the end until that fucking raid on the drug house. And that whole thing is about dirty cops selling drugs, gangsters paying off the cops to look the other way, everybody paying their dues to the gangsters who run the block or whatever. That's exactly what should be happening. If Jedi are the police of the galaxy, there's going to be some. Obviously, we have seen that they do have dirty laundry. There's just double down, triple down, quadruple down.
To make it make sense in a Star Wars universe, it can't be money.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
why. That's why I was like, look, I'll give you access to this sector.
It's Republic credits.
Oh, that Terry's.
What?
Hey, you all got 6-year-olds?
That's a little nicer in the Star Wars world than saying like, hey, I'm going to give you all these slave childs.
I'm just saying, like,
We know that they
anything
do that, but it seems innocent because we don't ever see it happen.
Right.
And when we do see it happen, the kid's already 9 years old or whatever.
And he was a slave, so he was
already
being
a slave. He's
saved.
being rescued. Yeah, exactly. And Osha was captured by witches. So she was being rescued too, from the point of view.
Yeah. Fuck. Or, picture this. This type of thing, this child abduction has happened, and the senator has covered for them politically
Yes.
and said, no, they were militant. They tried to attack. They were doing this shit. Like, to just
Rescue the
plant
kid.
false seeds of...
Yep. And I've been covering for your ass for a decade. If you don't let me do this investigation and give me some info
Yeah.
on this planet,
Shit might
I'm going to
slip.
leak it.
Yeah.
Chancellor's going to be pissed.
It's not that hard, is it?
We're predicting this shit. Dude, I'll write it for you.
I remember...
I'll take 1% royalties.
Dude,
Plus
last
payment.
podcast episode when we were chatting and I said, dude, we fucking figured it out. We fucking figured it out. I repeated myself 14 times and said it's gonna be Plagueis. And then when the fucker's hand comes out, I'm like, I just started.
That was one of multiple predictions.
Oh yeah, there was a lot. Them
May and
switching.
Osha switched sides.
Yeah.
Osha killed Soul.
Yep.
Plagueis. Stranger did not die. A couple other small things.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about Plagueis now a little bit. Some of the things that I've seen online and like the reviews have kind of bought in and made it sound like Chimere is Plagueis' apprentice, and Plagueis is in that cave and he's been training and he just didn't want to show himself to Osha. I didn't get that sense. I think Chimere does not know about Plagueis, and Plagueis is creeping around trying to either looking for a new apprentice or trying to investigate
I agree.
this forced ritual. You know, maybe he got a sense that it happened or something, and he's following the trail.
A sense that it happened. He's the one that caused it.
He didn't cause it.
Absolutely. The Virgins was fucking Plagueis.
You think so?
Absolutely. I agree. I don't think Chimere knows.
Yeah.
Because immediately I was like, fuck, he's training under him. I was like, that doesn't really make sense.
No, I don't think so
But
at all.
he knows. He knows Osha. And I think he caused it. Fucking around with his toilings.
Did we get the sense that the mother Anastasia like did the ritual and the Zabrak mom like carried the kids?
I have a feeling the Zabrak mom was a plant from Plagueis.
Or
It could have been like a third, fourth party where you tell her to tell him to tell, so I'm like out of it. No one still knows Plagueis.
or Plagueis did the ritual and then Mother Anastasia thinks like, what happened? Oh, we did this seance thing. It must have worked. Even though it wasn't her.
So it was lined up. You guys are gonna do this seance bullshit. I'm gonna actually cause the Virgins. They're gonna believe, oh fuck, we did it. Or something in the mix. Yeah.
Plagueis needs to do what he needs to do, and then the witches take the fall for it, so he's not liable.
It's also really cool seeing the Sith not have a public face. Like he's actually in hiding.
And I still don't think Chimere is Sith. I think he just said the term because that's what the Jedi would be familiar with, like we were talking about.
Right.
Yeah, so he's not his apprentice or anything. Before you mentioned the virgin thing being caused by Plagueis, what I was going to say, the reason I exclaimed, is if Plagueis and the Jedi were both trying to investigate these witches at the same time. Because maybe Plagueis doesn't know how to create life yet. Maybe he's just trying to learn. And the witches figured out this crazy thing that no one's ever done. And he's like, I need to cop that knowledge. And he's fucking... And their paths cross just a little bit. Plagueis he's got his cloak on. We can't tell that it's him until episode like 7 or 8. And they keep kind of just barely missing each other.
The only thing that would shake all this up is the show is called The fucking Acolyte.
Osha is the acolyte of Homeboy. One of the girls were going to be the acolyte of Homeboy.
Is that it?
I think so.
Or is Plagueis looking for an acolyte and he's got a fucking web? He's got the fucking witches. He's got Chimere. He's got other toilings around. He's trying to pull fallen Jedi. He's doing all this shit and he's looking for the one that makes sense. And when Osha joins Chimere morally or whatever. She's like, okay, let's do this. That's when he fucking creeps out and he's like, oh.
But he's
She's
still
it.
going to watch until Osha becomes strong enough to kill her master, and then he's going to step forward and take her.
Yeah.
I get the vibe that Chimere knows a bit about what the Sith are, but he isn't one because obviously he was Venestra's apprentice. You caught that, right?
It also, yeah. But
Green Lady's apprentice. And he's just getting away from the Jedi and trying to start his own thing. And he wants a pupil to, like, make sure he's not fucking solo the whole time.
it could be as simple as Plagueis is the only existing Sith.
That is accurate.
And kind of the same thing that I said, that he's looking for the one, and Chimere has been training to become his apprentice, but he hasn't been accepted. So even in the face of a Jedi, he's like, you can call me a Sith, but fuck, don't call me a Sith in front of Plagueis because he'd get pissed because he's actually the Sith. So it's like I'm applying for the job. I haven't got it yet, so don't call.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's a little weird. I don't think Chimere knows he's there.
It was a beautiful touch. I freaked out. It was nice. My mind also goes in another direction of like, what else could they have done? It probably could have been a little better, a little funner, a little cooler. Where my mind went, as soon as I saw him peek around the corner, I was like, oh, perfect. They fucking did it. They fucking did it. But then I was like, fuck, it could have been really tastefully done if it's an outside shot. We're on that island. It looks like Octu.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Osha and Chimere fly away. And then the shot just goes down and he goes underground. And then you just see like chemistry sets or whatever the fuck you want to,
Yep.
And then you see Plagueis or something in some form or fashion, but him like he's there, or you don't even know it's him, but you see like a hand, like mixing shit up or reading a Sith book or something. Like, I mean, just a hint that it's him.
Yeah.
But it could have been like visually better. But fuck, I'm not gonna. That's where my mind goes. Like, how else could they have done it? Like, because it was
they
a great.
gotta leave it open because who knows if there's going to be a season 2, and if there is, how they're going to throw him into it.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect way to be like, oh, he's canon, but what's he doing? Is he leading Chimere? Is he spying?
Right.
We don't know. Watch. Well, I'll tell you in season 2.
They're doing what we told them to fucking do is plant seeds. Plant seeds. They gave us a 2-second clip of a hand and a face, and now we're on this trajectory of, oh my God, what could happen? Where's what? Who?
And to your point of getting amped up after this to watch episode 7 or something like that, just in the Star Wars mood, the minute that the season 1 finale was over, I go to my bookshelf and I pull out the Plagueis book because I've never read it. I went and grabbed it immediately, and I was like, I need to read this. He's in the fucking thing, and this is prequel stuff. Let's go.
Now that I say that, I do think Plagueis had a public face in the Plagueis book.
Yeah.
I think he was obviously a part of the banking clan with the Munes, but I think he actually he was a public figure of some type. He just wasn't as...
That's how he taught Palpatine to not be fully Shadow.
I think that's why he chose Palpatine, because he said, look, my species can only go so far. I need a human to be...
Yeah, that's fucking true.
I think that's the conversation that happened.
That's some smart shit, too. Yeah, I only just started it on the plane the other day, so I'm only 4 chapters in.
So you're in the Darth...
He starts with Tenebris.
Thank
and they're
you.
mining, and then he kills them and takes over in the first chapter.
Yeah.
And then he's just like trying to get to a camp and survive and get off the planet or whatever. It's cool though, man. I'm excited to dive in. I'm very tempted to.
Have you not read that
fast
one?
forward. No, I never read it.
Oh fuck, that's my favorite one. Get ready.
We've talked about it. I've looked up kind of like some plot lines of it, and I know you raved about that scene where he's looking on to Qui-Gon and Anakin in episode 1. But that's what I mean. I never read it, not because I didn't want to. I mean, obviously Plagueis and Palpatine are like high on my list of interesting Star Wars characters, but I just never got around to it. And then the minute the show was over, I was like, grab it off the bookshelf. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's see what's not real anymore.
Let's dive. read the fake stuff. So when the real stuff comes in the show, I know it.
I could be pissed that it doesn't match.
I'm not pissed. It doesn't matter.
Read the Plagueis haiku.
I'm one of those guys that like, I in general do think the book version of something is better, but I also don't hate the TV version and complain about it, with a couple rare exceptions like season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Not that that book even exists yet.
I was just gonna say, what do you?
But like, I like the books better, but I still love seasons 1 through 6 of Game of Thrones. There's slight variations, but I still fucking love them both.
I don't even remember. Like when people throw out seasons of Game of Thrones, it's a fucking blur.
The end of season 6 is when Dany finally leaves for Westeros on all the ships, and that's one of the most fucking badass endings of anything I've ever seen.
I thought wasn't the blowing up of the temple in. Fuck.
Yep.
What was that? Was
King's
Marjorie?
Landing. Yeah, that was the same. Maybe not the same episode, but the same season.
That fucking and Tommen just
Kills himself.
Oh my
Torben.
god.
Oh, fucking Torben.
Is it Torben?
He killed himself twice, dude.
Yeah, savage.
Poor guy.
That was a character I didn't like in this series.
I feel like they
Dude.
used him. They needed a MacGuffin at certain points, and they just used the Padawan to do it. It's like, we need a reason for them to go and like bother the witches again. Like, oh well, he's fucking homesick and he's crazy.
Yeah. I really liked when Osha put on the mask, because that's where we hear breathing like on the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts fucking slipping.
Yeah, she's like,
And Chimere has to like save her from the mask. It was such a cool touch.
no. I read it as she was so in her head with like the dark side and the witch vibes that she was in Chimere's head. Because you see it goes like blue and pale.
Yeah.
And like he's almost
Yeah.
how Torben was in the previous
He was,
episode.
yeah.
And then it goes back and his eyes are starting to turn black and he's like has to pull himself out of it.
Yeah. No, I brought that up because I'm not 100% sure, and that's why I like it. I also thought that witch seance stuff and that world that they go to is the dark side. So, because when the witch mother takes Torben,
Like a physical representation
Yeah.
of the dark side.
yeah,
Yeah.
because when the witch mother goes into Torben's head, she's saying just the fucking most awful stuff and tempting and then like pushing and prodding, and I'm like, man, that's kind of what the fucking dark side is. And then when Osha does it with the mask, I thought she started slipping, and maybe she's so fucking strong that she was pulling Chimere down
Yeah, I
with
don't
him.
think she did it on purpose.
No, I think she got lost.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Or maybe you're right too, where she started kind of seeing Chimere's past and the terror, the shit that he went through, and she was feeding off that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So she was getting lost, pulling him down with her. It's all
Could
dark
be
side,
any
like
one of those three.
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, but Chimere does mention like he doesn't want people to get in his head, and he has the mask for that exact reason, to like keep people out.
But she got in his head. That's
So
wild. Yeah.
That's when she's in the zone of the dark side. She is very, very strong. Which I didn't know any of that until episode 8. Why didn't we have any teases of that? What's going on?
It also, so I'm going to backtrack real quick because my mind's jumping around. With the whole let's try to kill a Jedi without a weapon, is that just a test to know if you're strong enough to potentially be the Acolyte? Or was it something along the lines like Plagueis thought that might be possible to kill someone with the fucking Force? And this is the first time in canon history that someone's been murdered with a Force choke. I thought, from the standpoint of Disney, this might have been the first Force choke in Star Wars history. And Plagueis was like, I know it's possible. Someone around here can do it.
That's interesting.
But, like, you talk about, like, Darth Bane. He was fucking snapping necks and doing whatever the fuck. But that's not canon anymore. So I'm trying to think in a canon sense.
Yeah. Like she didn't, it's not like she didn't fucking level up and learn the move Force choke.
Right.
Like she was just so pissed, that's just how it manifested
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's that seed that was go kill someone without the...
itself. That's interesting.
Someone knew that something was possible. They didn't know what would manifest.
I'd love to know, a little bit more analysis on that. Because on a general sense, it's like, I feel like Chimera just doesn't want to be discovered. So it's like, if you go in there with a lightsaber, they're going to be fucking curious from day one.
His lightsabers are fucking top notch too, dude. I don't
So
give a
sweet.
fuck
Oh, sweet man. So cool, dude.
how they just
Attach and detach.
how they're covered in blood.
It's very nice.
Jedi blood.
A lot of very nice stuff in this show, man. A lot of very fun stuff.
Yeah, Plagueis, man. Seriously, I won't be able to get over that until there's a follow-up, whether it's a fucking novel, season 2, a movie trilogy. They could do a whole trilogy. In 60, 70 years, there's plenty of fucking time.
Yeah, I think that would probably be my wish for season 2 would be not to just pick up at the end of episode 8 where they're finally together and they're on the looking at the sunset. We get the set. We know that they're training together now. We get that. Let's go ahead. Let's jump ahead 10 years where Osha's a badass and Chimere's still training her, and then there's some situation that makes Plagueis come out of the shadows and approach him.
And they because they could really test those waters, and like Plagueis is almost
They could do like
identified.
3 or 4 seasons of the Acolyte leading all the way up to Phantom Menace. I mean, we could, like season 3 of the Acolyte, we could have a young Sheev, some new actors playing a young version of Palpatine.
dude.
Because this is all Acolyte. This is basically a continuation of Darth Bane's whole mantra. So the Acolyte just keeps progressing up the fucking ladder.
Dude, I got it.
And Plagueis could be through all of them.
It's based on a Darth Maul book that I read years ago.
Yes.
There's this Obi-Wan style Jedi figures some shit out. He's chasing he's chasing Darth Maul.
Yeah.
He finds Darth Maul or something
Yeah.
along those lines. They're fighting. He's like, dude, that guy was fucking strong. I think he was a Sith. This happens pre-episode 1.
Right.
He finds some data, some fucking logs. I don't know what the fuck. He finds information about the Sith. Maul's hunting him the whole fucking time because he's like, fuck, I can't let this Jedi let the council know it'll fuck everything up.
Yep.
Dude. This is where I'm gonna transplant this story and apply it to Plagueis possibly.
Sweet.
So that Jedi in the end, the very last scene, he gets to Coruscant. He's the only person that still knows. Maul has killed every other fucking person who knows, but this one Jedi's still there.
Yeah.
He gets to Coruscant, lands, and who's there to greet him? Palpatine. And he says, "You've done a great thing, Jedi." And he takes the fucking data, and that's just kind of how it ends. So you assume they fucking murdered that dude, and then he has that info, and he's like, "Nope."
Wow.
It
That's
was
fucking sweet.
It was cool, man.
Story beats like that are just so awesome. So impeccable.
Like they have it. They have you beat no matter what the fuck you do. Palpatine's got it. He knows.
It'd be good to see. I love that. It'd be good to see a gradual progression towards the Sith integrating with the public without them knowing, like you mentioned. Like Plagueis maybe chose Palpatine because he's human, and that's the easiest way to kind of get involved in the Republic or whatever. It'd be cool to see some reason for Chimera like wanting to have an acolyte and gain power. And as that progresses through season 2 and like season 3, they're funneling all their efforts towards Darth Bane's like original goal of taking down the Jedi.
Well, you know where that pivotal point's going to be.
Yeah.
Is Osha and Chimera are going to become equals.
Yeah, she has to kill
And
him.
Plagueis is going to be like, all right, fuckers.
Exactly.
Here's one stick.
That's a perfect place for him too. That's why I don't want to start off linearly in season 2. Like jump ahead 10, 15 years
Yeah.
to get to that point where they are almost equals. And then Plagueis appears in episode 6 or 7 or whatever and makes them, duel it out and takes whoever wins.
Season 2, episode 1. I just want to see Osha force lightning a fucking planet to death.
Force Storm, dude. She leveled up.
She better.
Yeah. Anything we missed, man? Anything we missed?
I'm sure, man. The lightsaber battles were fun. The hallway-esque. Oh, so I was watching the choreographer talk about the making of the show, and he said he always loved in episode 3 when Obi-Wan and Vader at that time are fighting, and they're going down hallways, and they were like, even though it's tight in here, they don't fucking care. They're continuing their dance.
Yeah.
And he took that and put that in that little
bridge thing.
And I'm like, as soon as I saw it live,
First
I'm
thing
like,
you thought of, yep.
I was like, dude, this is beautiful. I fucking love this.
It's like
It's like poetry.
It's like fucking poetry.
I finally got to use it
What?
twice in one episode.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to just think through the storyline. I mean, the main thing that the Jedi are corrupt and they lean into it heavily. Soul never relents. I still don't get like his pull. Like, is he just, it's like a Captain America thing where he's like, this is just the right thing to do and I'm going to keep doing it no matter what until I die. Like, they don't really state a reason there, but Soul, he sticks to his story the entire time.
Yeah, he doesn't flip at all.
He's like, yeah, he doesn't give up even at the end. He just keeps rambling on about his fucking story, and then Vernestra covers it up, and that's awesome. We haven't seen a lot of that kind of corruption stuff on the good side in Star Wars, so that's nice. The fact that they kind of stuck with that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it.
The brutality, man. That I really did not. After the first 4 episodes, I really didn't expect how brutal everything ended up.
Why the fuck is this badger still fucking running around? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, it's very Star Wars. There's always a beast of fucking animal.
Like,
she looks savage. She looks fucking crazy in that. That's a good picture.
Yeah, and that's a good outfit too. I get the badger like in that one episode. Sniff out the Wookiee. Okay, done. Why is he back in the ship and running around and leading him around?
He also fucks the ship up when Soul's chasing May.
Right.
He's got like his fucking cannons locked, and he's like, no!
So he's on May's side all of a sudden. And then the Jedi follow him to figure out where the twins are on Brendok. And aren't they curious, like, who's this fucking badger trying to sniff out our targets? Like, are we trusting this thing right now? Because all the other Jedi that were with him are fucking dead, dude. Anyways.
I don't know.
I think that's everything, man. It's awesome. It ended great. And like I said, as a fan, I can piece together the lore knowing that the finale is fucking awesome. I wish, and I hope for season 2, that they leave more breadcrumbs and they more intentionally lead up to that climax.
Yeah.
That's my main hope for this shit.
Yeah, it's a slow week start to something that was just so good.
So let's see what we have to look forward to now that Acolyte is complete. Oh, and quick side note, I saw some people in our group chat just started it last week because they're maybe just waiting for all 8 to be out.
Yeah.
And I've heard no negative complaints. The 3 or 4 people that chimed in were like, I love it. I don't understand why everyone's shitting on the show.
Go for it, man.
And I just wanted to reiterate, like, regardless of the issues I have, I'm never going to tell somebody, like, don't watch this shit.
Oh, and/or season 2.
So fucking go for it.
Potentially.
Okay.
Skeleton Crew seems like the next thing.
This is all just, well, yeah, we saw this a couple episodes ago. It's all just unknown, in development, or canceled. The only thing that has a hard date is, well, Skeleton Crew doesn't even have a hard date. Skeleton Crew is this year. And then I think and/or season 2 got bumped to early next year. Early 25.
Andor's it's an odd one, but I'm fine with it in wintertime. It's a weird season thing. I don't know what it is because I think the other one started around Christmas, didn't it? Didn't it split Christmas?
I want to say it was around May 4th.
Oh fuck, I don't remember then.
I don't know. Dude.
Oh, what was the Grogu movie? Mando Grogu movie.
Yeah, it's the Mandalorian and Grogu. That's all it is. It's just like a season 4 of The Mandalorian, but in movie format, which might be good because these are all fucking in movie format, cut up into 8 episodes.
It's bad.
So you can get people to fucking subscribe to this shit. If it's a show, write it like a fucking show. Sorry, I'm pissed. Yeah, I guess you're right. It was November, like October, November of 22.
I thought it split something. Must have been Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fucking Star Wars, dude. Is it back? Was it ever gone? Who are we?
They
Why
fucking
didn't this
did it.
start at the fucking? What the fuck?
Don't do it.
I just don't know why.
I'll tell you why.
They said I can't play this soundbite. It's the best soundbite.
There we go.
I don't know what's going on with this fucking thing. It's corrupted by the dark side. All right, any closing words?
Fucking Plagueis.
Plagueis!